So I got a few things in. So this one's been here for a while. It just needs a new pump, and the pump just showed up, but it's getting late in the day, so I'll start this project in the morning. And that'll only take a second to put on. It'll take longer to test it, you know, hook it up to the water, get it running, than it will be to put it on. That's pretty sad. Nowhere in the instructions did I read in it that, or in the, you know, the selling information, that it was full of oil already. So I bought more oil for it, for the new one. Oh well. And this lady that had, yesterday I told you she had a pressure washer that I guess she's leaving out in the sun, and it's over pressurizing. So she was supposed to pick that up this morning, but it's still here. So I've left it out in the sun just to make sure it's not spilling gas. But I opened up that vent a little bit, so that should do better this time. And then got a call over the weekend, somebody wanting to drop off a lawnmower and a pressure washer. So there's the pressure washer. This one's pretty simple. It has a little on-off switch right here, and there's supposed to be a lever that sticks out here to shut the gas on and off, and that lever pushes that down, and then you can start it. But if that's not down, you can't start it. So it runs. I was going to clean the carburetor because it runs badly, but I figured since this lever is broke, I'll just go ahead and order a new carburetor. We can go from there. This one, yeah, I didn't get to make a video on this one. It was aggravating. Sometimes the diagnostic just leads right into the repair. I mean, it's just that simple. So brings it in. Well, when they called, it said it ran really bad. So when they brought it in, they said, well, they couldn't get it started at all. Well, I took the air filter off, and it was just flooded with gas. That side was weak on spark. You can see that it's smoking black soot. So first thing I did was I checked the spark, and then I went to the spark plugs. Well, I mean, as soon as I found out that it was flooded, then I cleaned the spark plugs to get the soot off of it, because there's just as much soot on the spark plugs as there is in that exhaust there. And then put the spark plugs back in, and you could tell what was going on. The first thing I noticed was the choke linkage. This right here had fallen off. It was laying over here. And then I put it back on, but then the choke would not release all the way. So it was staying choked, at least partially choked. It would not come off choke completely. So you can see that I adjusted it, and you can see the white, you know, the non-dirty part there. That's how much I was able to push it in, so it would shut the choke off, you know, well, it would open the choke up. So now it's running great. So I wasn't trying to upsell, because I know, so, you know, the trolls. You shouldn't upsell, that's terrible. You're a terrible human being, upselling to customers like that. I just wanted to make sure that before I started an invoice that he was satisfied with the work. So I replied with or I messaged him with the mower running, a video of it running, and said it was a choke, needed adjusting. And is that all he wanted? Do you want anything serviced or anything? And then he just started asking questions, so I just started answering his questions. At which point he said, yeah, let's go ahead and service it, wash it, check the blades. So that's good. So you know, it's been pretty slow, so I guess that's kind of good considering how hot it is right now. And just so the trolls know, yesterday I made a video, and of course they come out in droves. What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Oh, you're hiding something. I had my advertisement shirt on. I told you a couple videos ago that I had the lady down the road make me some shirts, t-shirts, and this blue one here. And I'm going to start wearing them pretty much full time. And to advertise the lawnmower repair business. But I don't want to put the advertisement on YouTube because YouTube trolls will just instantly start calling me. Hi, I need a refund of $600. Cash only today. I mean, I've had that happen, so. What more? Did I charge $600 on? You know what more? Yeah. You're from where? Alabama? That's a long drive. So anyway, I didn't want to advertise it. So I put a blue box over and I tried to keep it so it would cover the. Thing is I only got like 3 minutes into the video before I realized I didn't cover up my shirt. So I went in and covered it up, you know, put this shirt on over the advertisement shirt. And so it was only, well, after I got it all trimmed up, it was only about 2.5 minutes where I had this box in there, and it wasn't on there full time because sometimes I was turning away from the camera and you couldn't see it. I don't know, a good 30 seconds to 45 seconds maybe. I had the camera pointed at the pressure washer, but there's not a lot going on. It's pretty hot. That's about it. I'm still trying to baby my batteries for now. You know, I had that one battery, it went bad. I took it out of the system, but we haven't been to Walmart. We're only going to Walmart every couple of weeks now. Every other Sunday, roughly. Last time we went was a Saturday, but only because it worked in the schedule better. So, so we'll go next Sunday. This is Monday. So, you know, like filling the water. I haven't filled the water, I don't know, probably since Wednesday. Because I've been doing it off the generators. I don't want to run it off the batteries. So I run it off the generators, so I just wait until the generator starts. So tomorrow, when I work on this pressure washer, I got to test the pressure washer. The generators are going to be running, so I can run the water. And then I'll just fill the tank while I'm at it. And I don't know, maybe I'll wash this too while I'm at it. That way, you know, everything's done. I don't have to keep starting up those generators. That's probably what I'll do. Usually I don't wash before I service, but I think I'll do it this time. Simply because it'd just be easier. And but it's kind of good to have work back in. I still got that John Deere down there that, you know, they owe me money on. I mean, there's a lot of money sitting here. A lot. That's what's so frustrating. You wait 2 or 3 weeks to get paid. It's just part of the business. I mean, when I ran the consulting firm, you know, we had a 30-day net that we did, and I had to track that pretty close. I had a database that I built and programmed, and it would track the 30 days and the 60 days and the 90 days, and it was incredible. These huge corporations would take 90, 180 days sometimes to pay, and you could always tell when one of them was going broke because then they start putting the wrong address on. I lived in Benton City, Missouri, just a little village is all it was. And I had a P.O. box there. So P.O. Box 27, Benton City, Missouri is what it was. And they'd send it to Benton, Missouri. These companies would send me the right address every time, but when they were running low on money, they would send it to Benton, Missouri. Of course, it would take an extra week to figure all that out. And you're calling them saying, hey man, you're late, you're late, you're late. But I'm telling you, it was interesting, especially in 2008 when all the companies started shutting down from the suppliers from specifically Chrysler. When Chrysler messed up, it shut a lot of my companies down. And but they were so picky. One time we sent a quote. So we did year-long quotes. You know, I'd go every 3 months over to their facility. So we'd send year-long quotes. Well, one year we undercharged a quote, and it was only like $10. It wasn't. And they called up and says, you can't do that. You have to fit such and such XYZ requirements. which I didn't have to fulfill. I mean, it was an automotive requirement, but I wasn't automotive. I was just a consultant. I mean, I didn't fall under the criteria, but apparently they thought I did. So I literally had to raise my prices at $10 or what it was on my quote so they would approve it. But then when they started going broke, all the games, they just played the games, pushing it out. I don't even know how accountants can figure out how to be so manipulative, but they are. Oh my goodness. But that happened to several companies. I remember one time there was a company in Kellogg, Iowa I went to, and it was automotive supplier. They supplied transmission parts. They had two companies, one in Stanberry, Missouri, and one in Kellogg, Missouri. And I went up there one day, and they had bounced their checks. Now this was a union shop, and they bounced their checks to all their employees the day before, or the weekend or the Friday before. I guess I went up there on a Monday, and I couldn't even go out on the shop alone. I was accompanied by the production manager because they were threatening me. I couldn't go to the bathroom by myself. I didn't bounce the checks, but what they thought was I was stealing all the money. I mean, I wasn't even making, that much. So, it wasn't. And the thing is, they postponed my checks quite a bit too. So it wasn't. I don't know how I got off onto this check writing thing, but waiting for money. Yeah, when you're self-employed, that's all you do is just sit around waiting for money. You better have a good financial backing when you're going to run your own company. I didn't when I was a consultant. We were always just scraping by. But I mean, we had so much in credit. We had to have decent cars. I got a 11-year-old truck right now. It runs good, but I'm not worried about it breaking down. If it breaks down, so we're stuck here for a few days. We tow it over to the mechanic, he fixes it. But when I was traveling so much, we had to have a reliable car. So about every 4 years, we were buying a new car. And of course, she had to have a vehicle, my wife. So we had two cars. And it was we were just always hand to mouth. But with this, I mean, we've got enough money that we can finance the parts for a while. And my goal is, obviously, 6 months. You want to have 6 months cash that you can back yourself up on. But you need to be able to finance a lawnmower for at least 3 months. So if they don't pay, you can go through all the paperwork, go to court, do all that stuff, and then sell the mower. So you got to have at least 3 months worth of the ability to have money tied up for 3 months before you get paid. So it's just something you need to think of. I don't buy any parts for a lawnmower if the parts are going to exceed the value of the lawnmower. And that's happened to me a couple times. I told this one guy, it was the exact same mower as this, but slightly newer. They stopped making this one in 2002, I think. 2002. And then so this is a 335, and then they went to like a GX. I think it was a GX. Don't quote me, but it's a GX 300 series. Basically, it's the same thing, but the deck's different. This is a big time steel deck here. And then, of course, they switched over to that lighter metal after that on all lawnmowers. But anyway, it's similar to this one. It's got the Kawasaki engine, same body design, same everything, except the deck's different. And these hoods cracked. This hood here is cracked on both sides. Anyway, it was cracked, and he wanted a new hood, and it was like $400 for a new hood. And I said, I'm not going to spend that much on that hood. I said, if you want to buy it, here's the hood. And he did. He bought it, brought it over to me. I put it all together. But yeah, it starts to get up there where it's at the value of the lawnmower. And there was a lot of other things he wanted done to it. The new PTO switch and serviced and, whatever. So, you can run up to $1,000 easy on a mower like this one. And then they not pay. But they are good mowers, and they're worth fixing up. This one's got 1,000 hours on it. It's making a funny noise. I think the PTO is about ready to go out, but it's still a good mower. So where are we at in this? I guess I better jump off of here. It's getting late in the day. So if you'll click this up next box and take the video over to my other channel, really appreciate it if you go check it out. So if I can inspire you, watch your pennies so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.